snap! Hi, Blair. We're back on a Saturday morning.
We are. Well, last week with special circumstances.
Yes, we weren't even going to go live. We went live on a Friday, but it was fun. It was
Queen. Yeah.
Yes, we do what we want here at For Exposure, Love Wrestling's weekend independent wrestling podcast extravaganza.
Heck yeah.
We party. Do you party?
I like to party.
I love to party.
Yeah, me too.
We're going to party today.
We're going to party hard like Andrew WK.
At least for a solid hour. Then after that, no more partying.
No more partying. It's a hard out today because I got to go to work for 2 hours. So it'll be my last overtime at this shift because I got a new job.
Oh, nice. You didn't tell me that. Good for you. Congratulations. What's up, Lawrence?
We'll have a gossip sesh later today.
Gossip sesh. And then Boris is in the house. Bluey says, "What's up?"
What is up?
You remember that commercial? That
was
what up?
Yes.
So those guys got so popular that I went to a Cubs game around that time when I was a kid, and they were the seventh inning stretch singers. They're like, today, singing the seventh inning stretch. The "What's up," guys.
And they just was up.
What's up? Yeah, of course.
I did like in Scary Movie how they did a spoof of that with Ghostface doing it.
Yep. What's up, son? What you doing, son? Chilling and killing.
Chilling, killing. Cool.
Sweet. But anyway.
Low key, the Scary Movie movies, the first two are absolutely solid.
Yeah, it gets kind of goofy after that.
Trails off after that, but like those first two, clutch. Like the second one with Chris Elliott and his hand that he uses to mash potatoes.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, solid stuff. I just watched the first one not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You're killing him. They're killing him. She's doing the scene. They think she's acting. Her boyfriend's just getting stabbed out. I'm like, oh, what a movie. What a wild.
Oh, bravo.
She's like, I won. Immediately forgets boyfriend just got murdered.
It's so stupid, but I will laugh every time.
Yes, I am a child at heart. But anyway, what's new and exciting outside of, you said you got a new job, or the week of professional wrestling, anything?
The week of professional wrestling.
We got a lot to chat about today.
There was rave reviews coming out of that GCW show from last Saturday.
Yeah.
That one in LA. You know, people were talking big stuff, like it was one of the best shows of all time. I know watching that Jordan Oliver, Alec Price versus Subculture match, like give me a Jordan Oliver, Mark Andrews match. Fantastic stuff between those two guys.
And Fuego del Sol leaning into the fact, he's now a bad guy.
Yeah.
You mean guy, you. Granted, you ripped his mask off. He's got to resort. He probably resorted to evil at that point. That's his origin story.
It really is.
You ripped my mask off. I now hate everyone.
Yes, that's usually how it works. Yeah. Did you get to check out the whole show, or you
not the whole show yet? I'm still making my way through. Last weekend was kind of a busy weekend for me, unexpectedly. So. Not in a bad way, just had a lot going on. So I am powering through some stuff, and I can't wait. This weekend, I don't have as much going on. So,
I'm really surprised because I know this is a WWE weekend. They got Backlash going tonight.
Yeah, Backlash is tonight. Yeah.
It really surprises me that GCW doesn't piggyback off more of those shows.
Yeah, they ran 2 or 3 two last weekend. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they're taking the weekend off. JCW, their sister company. I know they're separate companies, but they definitely partner together.
Yeah,
they're running a show this weekend, and they have some GCW talent on it. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later on. I know tonight. I don't know if he's watching right now, but Ray Damascus, he does commentary for Destination Pro. Destination Pro has a show going on in Bemidji, Minnesota.
Bemidji,
great promotion.
Great name. Great name of a city, Bemidji.
Bemidji, yeah.
Where are you from? I'm from Bemidji, bro.
They're running a show tonight, and it's got a solid little lineup. So, they put their stuff up on YouTube. Just want to give them a little shout out. So if you're in the area, go check it out.
Heck yeah. But yeah, Backlash is tonight, and then there's probably some stuff after that.
Yeah, well, Maple Leaf Pro has a show. MLW has a show. We're going to talk about those. JCW's is next, or is on Sunday, and it's like a Mother's Day show. They're if you're a mom, you get in free.
Oh, nice! I should grab my mom and drive out there.
Yeah, just got to show.
Just go to Jersey.
Just has to show a picture of her kid, and they get in free. You'll just walk right in there with Mama Pluggo.
Yeah, we left these kids at home to drive out to Jersey for this.
Yes, 100%. Why not?
The little one's watching the big one, or vice versa. Whatever works.
Yeah. MLW is happening tonight. We're going to talk about that. We might as well. We'll kick things off with that because it's
sure.
It's a big show. It'll take the most time to get through because the graphics aren't the full screen ones, so it takes a little bit of work. But they got a 20-man battle royal, I think it is. So we'll find the graphics and we'll go over it. But let me just do this. Sorry. I should actually first, before we do that, I'll show this one because match for LPW 37 got announced this past week. PLUGGO defending against Nasty Nate Nixon and White Shirt William Taylor.
Nasty Nate Nixon and White Shirt William Taylor are my favorite tag team on the planet right now.
They are so good.
Boys. Let's go, boys.
They are so good. But PLUGGO, I mean, they're going to want to hold on to those titles.
I know what they want to do. That doesn't mean they're going to do it. Because listen, Mr. Garani, you're getting too cute out there. You're going to slip up, and I think it's going to be right here at LPW 37. You're going to lose those titles. You're going to be all sad. And then you're going to come over here with your tail between your legs and go, yeah, Pluggo, you were right. I should have listened to you this whole time.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be like, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Now get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here with your non-championship looking ass.
When did you become Italian?
I don't know.
Forget about it.
You ever watch, or you ever, in my town, Notre Dame is, is the college football team, and they're the most hated college football team on the planet. And there's a contingency of people in this town that root for the team that plays Notre Dame, regardless of who it is. Okay. That's how I am with PLUGGO. I will root for every tag team but them.
Doesn't matter who it is, but.
Hi, Mrs. Pluggo. Hi.
Okay, so
she popped in earlier and said hi to you. She was very excited to see you.
We were chit-chatting.
Chat-chitting.
So MLW has their show. This is how it's gonna be. It's gonna take a second every time. 20-man championship gauntlet is happening tonight, May 10th. You can buy tickets to go see it, or you can watch it up on Triller live.
Is this PCO, dude?
Yeah, man.
PCO's hopefully he's in a good mood.
Yeah, so we got PCO. We'll run through all the gauntlet competitors so far. It may take a minute, but we'll get through it,
We'll try.
We'll try. So
Rich Swan. That's a good start. PCO and Rich Swan. That's not a bad start.
No, so you got two. It takes a sec. I know people watching are like, Blair, what's taking so long?
Yeah, Blair. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You got Sheldon Jean.
All right. Sheldon Jean's in the house. That's three. We're three.
We'll see if all 20 have been announced. Maybe even there's more than 20 graphics. I don't know. Oh, yeah. You're just pulling them off the website? Yeah, I just took them off the Twitter machine. The Twitter? Billy Gunn? Yeah. What's he doing here? He's entering the 20-man championship. Oh, snap, Billy Gunn. What's up, dude? I know you're all about daddy ass. Daddy ass, man. Scissor me. Oh, okay. Is he still doing that? No, he's not. I don't think they're doing that. 5-tool player now. Yeah, it's the 5-tool player. He's a 5-tool player now. We got the boss in the house saying, morning, guys. Morning, boss. Raj Desi, let's go. Okay. Big Raj Desi fan over here. I just need him and Billy Gunn to stare each other down. That'd be a fun little to see who's the bigger jacked guy. Yeah, who's got the most guns. They got Raj Desi. Also got Rhino, who made his AEW debut this past weekend. I also like that Rhino is the wrestler who has wrestled for like every company pretty much. Yeah, Rhino is the ambassador for everybody. He is professional wrestling.
He is. Maybe he's he's like, you gotta give me a paycheck, I'll be there. Psycho Mike.
You're a big Psycho Mike fan, aren't you?
I mean, I love the name.
Yeah, I know you do.
I'm gonna start going by Psycho PLUGGO.
You should.
Maybe.
Bhupinder Gujjar.
Unfamiliar with that gentleman. Bhupinder, is always Bhupinder Gujjar. I don't want to butcher the name. Yeah, if you're tuned in, like and subscribe if you haven't. And consider sharing the live. Tell your friends to come hang out with us. Yeah. ELP, there you go.
Yeah, a little El Phantasmo.
Nothing wrong with that. This is a good little battle royal, dude.
Yeah, like these are the guys you're getting in your gauntlet.
And Maple Leaf Pro, I watched. I didn't watch both nights last time around. I watched, I think, one of the nights. It was a good time. Like, it's a really fun show. Johnny
Swinger.
I was gonna say, is that Johnny Swinger, dude?
I think copyrights are making him go by Johnny Parisi, but still,
for sure. Listen, that was such a wild pandemic era time in TNA with Johnny Swinger and Ziggy Dice and what was it, Wrestle House?
I forgot about that.
Wrestle House, dude.
Rohan Raja.
How could you forget about Wrestle House? What a wild vibe.
Because I wasn't watching much TNA during the pandemic.
Oh,
here you go.
Mike Bailey.
Like
Mr. Speedball.
You cannot be disappointed with how he's been presented since signing up with AEW.
Oh, no.
Loving what he's been able to do.
They gave Bailey at least a prominent role in AEW, and they haven't, usually sometimes they sign these guys, they do a few things, and they're off to the bench. But Matt Cardona, he'll be there, the Indie God.
Yeah, the Deathmatch King.
Deathmatch King, Indie God, the GOAT.
And I think I got one more for you. There we go. Brent Banks. Brent Banks is so incredibly smooth in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, definitely worth checking out if he's on a show in your hometown. So
I need to go to a show in my hometown. We need more shows in my area.
So
we got 7 likes. Let's get 3 more and get to 10. Who's got us?
So that is the gauntlet match. I think it's to crown a new champion, which what they're doing. We will cycle through the matches as well.
Champion?
No one. They've had to crown one.
This is the debut.
Yeah,
got it.
And then you've got a whole bunch of just regular matches too. How could you not be into the War Dogs versus the Good Brothers?
Oh, that's going to be a fun. And the Good Brothers have been insinuating they might be heading certain places. So I'm glad to see them out there doing the thing.
They love working the internet. That is one thing. Like
they love it.
I'm still waiting for the newest episode of their podcast to drop where they were just going to go off on everyone, which was supposed to happen 2 days ago. Like
they're really good at what they do.
Time is money.
They're the Good Brothers. So it's no surprise that they're good.
And I guess last night the New Japan showed was Good Brothers and Young Bucks versus the full War Dogs. You had Gabe Kidd and Ghetto in there as well.
Ooh.
So
I had about a good time. That's worth checking out.
Yeah, like it's funny that in this day and age, like the Good Brothers on a show is enough to get me to watch it. Like if you would have told me this 4 years ago, I would have said not a chance. But now I'm like, yep, I want to see it. I have no explanation for it.
They like to party, and you like to party.
I do like to party.
I think it's because you guys have similar hairstyles.
Yeah, we are, kind of united.
You're kindred spirits. So you're like, I don't know why I love these guys, but I love them. I'm going to watch their matches.
Yeah. Was that a cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it.
Everybody's favorite. Wow.
Just kidding.
Everybody's favorite QT Marshall versus Josh Alexander.
Yes, sir. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So, it's a good little card. This is are they doing the 2-night thing, or is it just going to be one night?
This is just one night, but they have already announced their next show. It's like July 5th, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you got QT Marshall versus Josh Alexander.
Morning, Dare the Amazing. Mayu Mashita and Serena Deeb. That's going to be a good match. That's a matchup I want to watch. I don't have similar hairstyles as those two, but that's a match that I get drawn to.
I would like to see you with that Serena Deeb hairstyle.
Yeah. I could grow it out.
Yeah, might as well.
I had to trim the beard yesterday because it was getting so long, and I don't really trim it. I usually go get it done, but I was like, I'm going to take a chance here and not screw this up.
Well, that's probably a good thing. So
save a couple bucks, as the kids say. Couple of young bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Tom Latimer versus Stu Grayson for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Nice. Keep growing it. I can't do it. Every time I try to grow it, it just goes this way. It does go down, but it just goes this way, and I hate having to beat it down. We start 2.5 beards.
For all the fans of grappling, you're going to get Zack Sabre Jr. versus Jonathan Gresham.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good time. That'll be a nice little technical battle.
A third of this card was on the New Japan show last night. Like,
and then they're in Canada today. Love them for that.
Mm-hmm.
They started to wrote 2.5 beards. Yeah,
from Ontario, California to Ontario, Canada.
Oh, they were in California last night.
Yeah, California. Oh, I was thinking The Wizard. Did you ever see that?
Here we go.
Did you ever see?
No, I never saw The Wizard. I've never seen The Wizard, but I've seen the OC.
The Wizard, based on, is about Super Mario Bros. 3.
Nope.
Fred Savage. You should watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say check that out.
Good one. Okay. Put that on the list.
For the MLP Women's Canadian Championship, Kylie Ray versus Giselle Shaw.
Nah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a good time. Both of them are fantastic.
And there is one other one announced.
Yeah, but you can't find it?
No, I have the graphic for it, but one of the competitors is in the gauntlet match, so I don't know if they're changing stuff around or what. Like, I'm into this match if it happens. But
both former LPW stars, by the way. Blair.
Yes.
I knew that too. I should have said something. But yeah, Gabe Kidd, Oku, and Bailey. Bailey pulling double duty, maybe?
So maybe Bailey's doing double duty. Like, if it's between Bailey and a gauntlet match or Bailey and a triple threat with Gabe Kidd and Michael Oku, I want that triple threat match.
Yeah, but the gauntlet match is for the world title.
Doesn't matter. It's about what I want.
This is true. Listen, if you're listening, Scott Demore.
Yeah. So, Scott, the triple threat match, that's money.
Why don't you just make the triple threat match for the title as well? Put that thing on Bailey.
With all three of those guys, you could run that as like to crown.
Oku had a really good match last week with Kid Lycos at the Super Strong Style at Progress. That was a lot of fun. I watched the first night of the Progress show. It was good.
Progress has been doing some really great stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So excited to see more of them coming up. I think they've got a show in the near future too.
Yeah. So I think it's like next month.
Yeah, but so we'll talk about that next month. But the Maple Leaf Pro show, this is the stack show.
This is what the kids say, stacked.
You got some great tag team matches in there. You're going to see the Good Brothers. You're going to see Michael Bailey, Zack Sabre Jr. What is not to love? Yeah.
The show is stacked, not to be confused with the former Pamela Anderson sitcom. She did a really short-lived sitcom called Stacked. She was a librarian.
Of course she was. Of course she was. Because
in the 90s.
Yeah, because somebody just like the thought process for that show.
Oh yeah.
Is probably like some dude in his dorm room.
Yeah. Pam was like, I'm down. And
came up with this idea, pitched it, and then it became a 2-episode sitcom.
Well, yeah. I don't know how many episodes. I don't think I've ever even seen an episode. I just remember that was a thing. You know what else is a thing? Bam.
That is a thing. There was a stretch there for a bit where like the shows that were coming out, you were getting like 6 episodes, and then it was like a hard cancel right off the bat.
Oh yeah. They've tried a lot of things back in the day.
Because after you were singing the OC theme, after that came out, like you had a string of the teen drum shows, you know,
Oh yeah,
One
Trying to-
Tree Hill and all of this sort of stuff. And then I remember there was one that Kelly Osbourne was in, and it lasted like 7 episodes, and then they canceled it. But it was a solid show. Like it was very good. Probably doesn't hold up now, but
yeah, they don't do that. They don't do that like they used to back in the day. They would just be like, "We're gonna give it a shot. If we're putting it out there and see if it sticks." Now they're a little bit more strategic with what they put out.
Yeah, you don't get that as much now. It's they don't bother risking it.
Soft. They get soft.
Yeah. But OC, good show. Very good show. Okay, so we have some stuff to talk about. MLW has a show tonight. We'll go over that because it's they've been doing some stuff with CMLL lately.
Mm-hmm.
And this is before CMLL starts, you know, they've got their upcoming show with AEW that they're promoting. They're wrapping up this stint with MLW. Show tonight. Sold out in Chicago. I will mention that it is coming from the Cicero Stadium, and when I quickly glanced at the graphic, I thought it said the Creed Stadium. And I was so excited for Chicago to have a stadium named the Creed Stadium.
Cicero Stadium.
It was going to be my new favorite city.
What's good, real tight spot? Good morning. He said, "Good morning, legends." Thank you. Throwbacks in the house saying, "What's good, guys?" Paxy's gonna have fun watching. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Hey, then Spencer letting us know that Chicago's where the Pope is from. That's true.
Is that why you're wearing that hoodie?
No, I just put
in
it
honor
on.
of the Pope.
This was a free hoodie I was given to me.
I didn't know D'Angelo De Niro was from Chicago.
I don't even know who that is. Is that the Pope?
That's the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro.
Oh, okay. I thought
you should know who D'Angelo De Niro is.
I thought his name was Leo.
No.
We had this discussion on
TNA star.
No.
Pope D'Angelo De Niro.
Oh, I just know Dub Pope Elijah Burke.
That's the same guy.
Oh, I didn't know he went by. I only know him as Pope from NWA.
I know him as D'Angelo De Niro from his TNA run.
Oh, I thought the Pope was Scotty.
No, Scotty doesn't know.
But Scotty was the Pope in Euro Trip.
Scotty wasn't the Pope. It was his buddy.
Oh, that's right. His buddy. Yeah, because, what was his name? Topher?
It was the Topher. He looked like a Topher. He was the guy.
He looked like a Topher. Yeah.
He went to Vandersex.
Yeah, but I don't remember his name. But he had such a prominent role in the movie. I don't remember his name.
The movie also came out like 2004. I'll find his name. Euro Trip.
I think it was Topher, dude. I swear to God. It just feels right.
Cooper,
Topher, same thing. Same thing.
Basically.
It's spelled exactly the same.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah. Oh, and Matt Damon's character's name was Donnie.
Donnie, that's right.
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me
do it in my van every Sunday.
Sorry, Matt Damon's name in the movie was Kyle Fletcher. I'm sorry.
Because he's at church. He's on her knees. Oh my! I'm gonna have to watch that.
I saw it was on TV, so I PVR'd it and then rewatched it. Solid movie.
Cooper.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
So. Oh yeah, MLW.
Oh yeah, MLW. Matt Riddle versus Donovan Dijak. That's gonna.
Matt Riddle versus Donovan Dijak. How are we feeling about this?
I feel good about it. I know how people feel about Matt Riddle, but the dude puts on good matches. So I feel good about the match itself. It'll be a good time. And this is, like you said, this is tonight.
Tonight
in Chicago. It'll be on YouTube. Check it out.
Like. The fact that they're running stuff on YouTube, that's solid. You know, like they're obviously getting some sort of kickback worth to run it on there instead of Triller because they were doing Triller for a while. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, hey.
And yeah, if this is and listen, Backlash starts at 6:00.
Really?
It's only a five match card. So it should be done. And MLW will be in the meat and potatoes of what they're doing. So just click on over and watch that.
So the Backlash show will be about 3 hours.
Yeah, they usually these 5-match cards usually go pretty quick. So
Okay.
it'll be about 9 o'clock.
Because the action in ring, like the matches last like 10 minutes. It's just the video packages that kind of take
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Video packages, sponsorship deals.
Yeah, yeeting for 30 minutes.
The entrance for Jey Uso, who takes 45 minutes now.
Awesome. Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love eating with the rest of them, but sometimes I'm like, all right, man, wrap it up, B.
Yeah.
B, you got to wrap it up. Remember the wrap it up box?
Yes, I do.
Wrap that shit up, B.
Yes. Was that from Chappelle Show? Yeah.
Yeah. You got to wrap that shit up. Let's go.
There's very few skits from there that we can talk about.
On there,
Yeah. In general, yeah. 2 former MLW world champions, Satoshi Kojima versus Alex Hammerstone.
Oh, nice. Hammerstone back in MLW. Don't way to bury the lead, bro. He just left. He's back.
He had his run in TNA. Had some okay matches there.
Yeah, that'll be a good time.
He's doing the indies. You know, some shows are working out a little better than the others for him, but
yeah, but he's back, and I'm having trouble speaking today. Satoshi Kojima.
Satoshi
Kojima. I'm having I have throat issues today. I think I'm getting sick.
Weren't you just sick?
No.
I feel like
maybe. I don't know. But it might have been your other friends, you know, the other best friend.
Guys?
Yeah. See? But no, that'll be. I wonder
all of my friends right now.
I wonder if a win in that match puts you back into the title picture.
That's a good
Kojima
call.
And then Hammerstone. I mean, I think anytime he'd won the title shot, they'll just give it to him.
Because if you're bringing Hammerstone back in, you're putting him in that main event picture. You're not bringing him on just to
hang out.
Yeah.
Put over up and coming talent.
Yeah, like Satoshi Kojima.
Yeah, young up and comers.
I remember Kojima when he had his first run at MLW back in like 2001, 2002.
Dude's a longevity.
Yeah.
Longevity is unmatched.
So you're going to get some lucha action as well because Mystico's there. Mystico, Templario, and Icaro Kwan in a triple threat match.
Nice.
I feel like in this day and age, like when a Mystico match happens, if it's on free television, like if it's on YouTube, you have to watch it, you know?
I was just gonna say, I think he gets overlooked and forgotten about it, just how good he is sometimes. Because 100%. he doesn't wrestle for like major promotions and he's not on TV all the time. But when he is on TV, it's awesome. So if you get this, like you said, it's on YouTube, it's free for the taking. Go check it out.
Because even with like, you know, he kind of sometimes will go like the Naito route where he doesn't give it his all. Like t-shirt Naito, you know, sometimes he's just cool just being there, you know?
I just collect that check, man.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But with Mystico, like the same sort of thing, when he's checked in, he's ready to go. And like even a 50% effort Mystico is still worth watching, you know? So
yeah.
All right. We also got Los Depredadores. Fuck, that was a struggle.
Oh, now who's struggling?
Oh, my life is a struggle.
It's Los Depredadores. Got it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Desperados.
Depredadores.
Oh. And then Blue Panther Jr. and Dark Panther. I know how to say that. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, that one was easy.
Lawyered face. That'd be a good time. That's going to be a quick, fun little match. MLW always has these really sneaky, fun Lucha Libre style matches on their cards. And I have no doubt that this will be another one.
And that's been going since even when I first started watching in 2021. Because they were putting on shows during the pandemic, empty building shows with piped in crowd music. You were having like Gringo Loco there, Laredo Kid, you know, guys like that. So I'm trying to think. There was one other guy, Gino something.
Medina.
Gino Medina.
something like that. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So they did have a lucha contingent, even dating back to then, and you still see it. They've had partnerships. I mean, back in like 2016, 17, you see like Penta and Phoenix there all the time. So
my Uncle Court knows how to bring in the talent.
Uncle Court.
We share shoot last names, me and Court Bauer, but I'm not related.
Okay.
That I'm aware of.
Ultimo Guerrero winning the MLW Openweight title from Matthew Justice last week. He's going to be defending that against Zandikin Jr. and Barbero Cavanero. I like Barbero Cavanero.
Yeah. Nice.
I do.
That'll be a good match.
Yeah.
Fun. It'll be a good time. I don't know too much about those three gentlemen, but I'm interested. It'll be a good time.
You're intrigued, aren't you?
I'm intrigued. I'm going to watch it. That's what's going to happen. I'm probably going to pop it on after Backlash today.
And we've got Atlantis and Esfinge versus Guerrero, Maya Jr., and Hechicero. Who doesn't love some Hechicero?
That's what I was going to say. My first real interactions with Hechicero was AEW, of course, but he was awesome there. So, yeah, give me more.
Yeah,
I love like when he wrestled for MJF, and everybody was like, "Why is he wrestling at Hechicero? What is this about? Why is this guy? He's really good." That's why.
Yeah, 100%.
It was fun. It's a fun match.
So that's MLW. That's happening tonight. Cue that up after Backlash.
Tonight. I don't know what time though. They are in Chicago, so it's probably Central Time.
Yeah,
whatever they decide. Did you like my voice note I left in the group chat, by the way, about last month's LPW show?
No, I have to listen to it still.
Oh, I did a voiceover note for what happened last month at LPW.
Should I listen to it now?
I can just replay it. I went, last month on LPW 37, Barack Arani broke Pluggo's heart. Tune in this month at LPW 38 for him to do it again.
Oh, last month was 36.
I was it was just a sample. It's just a sample. It was just a teaser. It was just an example. It's not real.
Okay.
Time is not real.
Hey, it's Blairs Tidbits.
Tidbits. Tidbits, Blairs, Tidbits, Blair. Beep boop bop, Tidbits.
If you're still
an example, it's just a thing. It's just something that I was trying to do to be funny.
Make sure
it wasn't real
next week when Pluggo talks about how the Earth is flat. Jet fuel does not melt steel beams. We all have 5G in us. Pluggo's going to go into a big, long discourse about this.
I'm not Eli Surge, dude.
Tidbits.
I'm not saying the man's wrong, but I'm not Eli Surge.
We talked about Rhino and how he's going to be at that Maple Leaf Pro show. He's going to be at Wrestling Revolver, making his return Sunday, May 18th. That's May long weekend for us here in Canada. Yeah. It's the Pro Wrestling Revolver Super Show. Well, that's never mind. I think that's the sponsor, the wrestling game Super Show. Yeah. Cedric Alexander, he's going to be making the rounds. You know, his contract's up July 26th. The Prestige West Coast Pro Deadlock Pro Show, Cruel Summer.
It's a cruel summer.
Little Ace of Base.
Oh, yeah.
A few weeks back, AEW, Tony Khan, they announced that they were going to be running shows for Dean. You know, just I won't do the proper job explaining it. Like, so it's going way back. If you look online, people have, well, there's better people who can explain it than me. But last year there was the Action Wrestling put on the Dean show WrestleMania weekend. It was one of the best shows of the weekend. Mm-hmm. AEW is helping to produce a few more. And one of them is happening Double or Nothing weekend.
Ooh.
One of the matches announced for it, Tom Lawler versus Josh Woods.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be good. It's a good match.
And I love the early or the late 90s, like sort of graphic for this.
Yeah.
So it's free admission too. So if you're heading down for the Double or Nothing, you can pop in and go check out that show the day before.
Heck yeah. Yes, you can. Shout out Zach. Good morning. Zach Minger saying good morning, Blair and Pluggo. Good morning.
Hi.
Hello. Hey.
Cage of Survival 4 is happening June 8th. Bear Bronson making his GCW deathmatch debut.
Ooh. Nice. I'm always intrigued by a deathmatch debut because it's all fun and games to get into one.
Well, Bear Bronson,
especially a GCW one.
He's kind of in a tough spot because his partner got released rightfully after what had happened. And then he's kind of left on an island to his own devices trying to, figure stuff out. So for him to, start taking some indie bookings, get his name out there, like that's a big thing. It could really help him out and just get more eyes on him. The more eyes, the more fans you get, the more like kind of swell of support to kind of raise him up. And like, hey, you see the people cheering, wanting him, like that's how he'll be able to get more stuff.
And if at GCW, like they're tough on you or people debuting in these type of matches. Like I remember Cardona, that's like apples and oranges here. But what I mean by that is like if you can get over with the GCW crowd in a death match, you will forever be in the family. You know what I mean? They absolutely will get behind somebody that goes and shows out 110% in these type of match environments.
And Bronson, I mean, he was doing indie shows before he even went to AEW, so
yeah,
he's got the potential. Also happening this Thursday, May 15th, Sinner and Saint versus Alan Angels and Jordan Cruz at the Prestige West Coast Pro Show, Conquer the World.
Gotta love that's going to be a really fun match.
Yeah, there's some other really.
What's up with Travis' face, dude?
Why?
He looks so menacing. He looks so menacing right there.
Sinner and Saint are just straight up mean mugging.
No, he's just got. Well, the Short King's just hopped on. Don't know how the conversation. Don't know if the conversation's had yet. But Pluggo better predict me to win somehow. What am I predicting?
Oh, you're predicting him to win.
I'm assuming that's Mars. It might be Reed. What do you mean, Mars? With Mars, the specialist, I always have to. It depends. My predictions with him are always all over the place, and he gets mad either way. So we'll see, Mars. We'll see.
And GCW also announced Banging in Little Rock, Friday, June 20th.
What a name of a show. What are you doing? What are you doing Saturday night? Banging in Little Rock.
It does surprise me though that like they still haven't been to all the states yet.
Yeah. I don't know where that is.
Like get that North Dakota show in there so I can drive down for it.
Get that Delaware show in. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
I think they've been to Delaware.
That should be if they do go to Delaware again. Hi, we're in Delaware.
Yes. 100%. One from last week that I meant to share, but I completely forgot because it was a one-off and I had to.
Is it the one that I shared that you yelled at me for sharing?
No, but our friends over at Boom Pro Wrestling in lovely Vancouver, British Columbia, they're bringing in Tito Santana, former WWE Hall of Famer. Arriba!
Former WWE Hall of Famer, like he got kicked out?
Is he a Hall of Famer?
You just said former WWE Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah. Current WWE Hall of Famer. He's still a Hall of Famer.
It's like they booed him out of the Hall of Fame?
Oh, he's still good. Don't worry.
All right, cool.
Their show at the Commodore, July 26th. Go check it out. Boom is doing some incredible stuff. They're bringing in Tito Santana. So, El Matador. Go there, get an autograph, and send it over to me, okay? To Grainmaker. Arriba, Tito Santana.
Yeah. DM him and then send him over that autograph. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's all I need. So
you just need a Tito Santana autograph?
It would go very nicely with my Stone Cold Steve Harvey autograph. So
Oh, that's Stone Cold Steve Harvey.
I love Stone Cold Steve Harvey.
I do too. We should get him on the show.
Let's
I know you got an in with him already.
We try.
Yeah, he's awesome.
JCW, they have a show coming up Sunday night.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. It is titled Mayflowers. It is happening 5 p.m. up on YouTube. You don't even need a streaming service to watch the great wrestling this weekend. All you need is YouTube.
Yeah.
How great is that?
Which I think is awesome. I think it helps out everyone because you get monetization from YouTube. They're making money. You get to watch it for free. Just do what you do here. Click that like button and let them know you were there so that they'll keep going to YouTube, man. This match is free.
They're going to be cashing checks and breaking necks at JCW on Mother's Day.
And the greatest Jersey Championship wrestling champion of all time, Masha Slamovich, taking on Timothy Thatcher. Masha's never dropping that title, bro.
Masha has had an incredible run as JCW champion.
I think she's had that thing for like 5 years.
Well, it hasn't been 5 because Jordan Oliver was JCW champ for a while beforehand, and he had a run with that as well. So,
all right, Mr. Literal. Okay. Mr. Literal. It was exaggeration. I'm using big words today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mars is here. I got to use big words.
Mississippi.
Ooh. MISSISSSIPPI. Lawyer.
I just realized we're the Black Hoodie crew today.
I know. Yeah. We kind of, if you would have wore a hat and glasses, we'd be the same.
Spectacles and a chapeau.
What's a chapeau? Is that what we call a hat in Canada?
Yeah, that is what we call hats in Canada.
Oh, Jesus. You go to the chapeau store?
Yeah. Instead of lids, it's called buckets.
Buckets. Go to buckets.
They just sell bucket hats.
Oh, geez. Bucket hats. Remember bucket hats?
Oh, buddy.
Bucket hats.
I had one.
I had a couple.
Wish I still did. I'd rock that thing.
If I see a good bucket hat out in the wild, I'm just going to buy it just to have it for this show.
I think you should. Like, you can't go wrong with a bucket hat. So live your best life. Get that bucket hat.
You absolutely can go wrong with a bucket hat in certain situations, but not here at For Exposure.
I mean, maybe if you wear it to like a funeral or a wedding that is not on a beach.
This is my funeral bucket hat. It's all black.
It's all black.
It's extra droopy.
It's got to show the sadness. It's got like one of those sheer veils over to cover your face.
They're like, look, I'm glad Pluggo made it to the funeral. And he's wearing his best funeral bucket hat. He must really be mourning.
You can tell it really hit him. He pulled down the veil.
Yeah, just the strings. Oh, ridiculous!
Remember when we got told we could never do this show again?
Yeah, that'll be tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
in Spencer's office.
Yeah. You will also see Charles Mason versus Jonathan Gresham. So a quick flight over from Ontario to New Jersey for Gresham there.
Yeah, he's making the rounds this weekend, but that'll be a good time.
Mm-hmm. I think that this one could quite possibly steal the show. For the GCW Tag Team Championships, Jordan Oliver and Alec Price versus Griffin McCoy and Jackson Drake.
They're going to steal the show and not give it back.
Okay, question.
Answer.
Because Price and Oliver, why DNP? Young, dumb, and what's P? Price?
Yeah.
Poor?
Young, dumb, and Prince.
I don't
know. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask them and figure that out. I'm sure we'll figure that out this weekend.
I hope so. Because I was thinking about that last night. I was watching some playoff hockey trying to figure
Young, dumb, and poor. Young, dumb, and dumb, and Price.
Young, dumb, and poor. Young, dumb, and poor.
Young, dumb, and bucket hats with a P.
Maybe. Bucket hats.
Fat bucket hats.
Man, I remember when Jordan Oliver was in MLW.
Yeah, he had a nice little run.
Myron Reed, yeah.
Myron Reed, yeah. They were wiling out over there. They were crazy back. That was a crazy run, him and Reed.
Mm-hmm. You forget some of the guys that went through there.
I bet you if you like asked MLW brass, they would forget some of the guys that have gone.
100%.
So many people have done the MLW run.
Like,
and that's a good thing, but
yeah, from when they started off, and like that initial roster, because you had, okay, we'll go back to talking this JCW in a sec, but their initial roster, when you look at it, you had a mixture of like indie guys, old ECW guys, and then just a smattering of other like legends, because Terry Funk was there, CM Punk, Raven, Sandman was there for a bit, because they did like a war game style match with the Extreme Horsemen, which was like Steve Corino, CW Anderson. It was something. Like Justin Incredible was there. And then you had guys like Rocky Romero, that guy who teamed with Jack Evans, Teddy Hart. Teddy Hart would cut unhinged promos in MLW in the early years. So
do you mean he would cut unhinged promos, or he would just speak?
He would just speak.
Teddy Hart. Swerve was there. Riddle was there before before this go around too. He'd get like a lot of those up and coming people from NXT. That early iteration of NXT were in MLW prior to that as well. Yeah, so they do it. They do the damn thing over there.
It's crazy to think the guys that have went through there.
Yeah.
Billy Starks versus Zeta Steel.
Nice.
Zeta Steel, was on Evolve the other day. I saw a clip of that online.
Yes, David, beer bottle. John Cena did get a beer bottle thrown at him last night.
I'm just kidding. I don't encourage violence.
Unless it's within the squared circle.
For the WXW United World Wrestling Championship, one called Manders versus Tom Lawler.
Your best friend, Tom Lawler.
Filthy Tom.
Filthy Tom. Who wears short shorts? Filthy Tom wears short shorts. Buenos Diaz, Fernando. What's up?
So we got that.
A lot of good mix of people in here today. Appreciate it. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you haven't.
Matt Tremont and Bam Sullivan versus Beastman and Mad Dog Connolly.
Beastman and Mad Dog Connolly is a great tag team.
Fuck, Beastman wrestled in MLW.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did.
And Mad Dog Connolly's incredible. Like
Lexus King. He wrestled there. I remember when it was Pillman. It was Pillman, Davey Boy, Smith Jr., and Teddy Hart was a crew, and their thing was we're just we're ballers, we're whatever. They were, I don't remember the Hart Dynasty, the new Hart Foundation, and they were talking about how they had a bunch of money and they were rocking it out and they were partying on in the backstage area. They were drinking an $8 bottle of Barefoot bubbly. And I just happened to like make a post about it because I was just like, don't tell me you're living lives of luxury. And that bottle cost $8, and I took a picture of it at the store I worked at the time. And somebody snitch tagged Pillman Jr. I was like, this dude's talking about it. He laughed about it, but I was like, I'm just saying, go for the $10 bottle at least.
So I said like 2016, 17-ish was like Penta and Phoenix, because MLW, they ran until like 04, came back in 2017. And looking at that 2017 event, it was called MLW One Shot. You had Tama Tonga on there.
Okay.
Former mixed martial artist Seth Petroluzzi. You remember him? Knocked out Kimbo Slice.
No, I have no idea who that is.
Oh, buddy. You had him, Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Nice.
Darby Allen.
Wow.
Santana Garrett, Mia Yim, Jeff Cobb, Sammy Callahan, MVP, and there was a Swerve Strickland Ricochet match that went 33 minutes. So I'm just saying.
Something to dust off and look at.
Yeah. And MJF, he wrestled a young upstart who went by the name Jimmy Yuta, now known as Wheeler Yuta.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember early Yuta days. I thought that guy was pretty good back then, but I thought he doesn't really have anything about him that like makes me like he's a good wrestler, but why? And now look at him.
Yeah.
he's the man. He's a wheeler now.
Low key wrestled there. Chelsea Green, Priscilla Kelly, ACH,
Wow,
Brody
ACH.
King.
Yeah,
Man, gotta do a deep dive into old MLW shows.
oh yeah, they got some bangers on there. We used to react to it here,
Yeah,
Spencer. That's how I got my start back in
Really?
the day. That I was doing NWA Power and MLW with Spencer.
Wow.
That's how I got it. That's how I got here, and now look at me. I wasn't even Pluggo back then.
You were just Plug.
No, I was just John from Wrestling Plug Inc. Now I'm Pluggo.
You were Court's nephew.
That's right. I was.
Change your name to Court's nephew. It's gonna be your new gimmick here.
That's right.
Uncle Court says we should talk about this.
Yeah, Uncle Court said I have to talk about MLW today, or I'm gonna not get a Christmas present.
Okay, Mad Dog Conley, one of the dog collar kings. So I'm hyped for that tag match.
Yeah, Dog Collar King,
Beast
sure.
Man. And we also got Tony Deppen. This is the number one contenders match for the JCW World Championship. Tony Deppen versus your buddy Matt Macau.
Yeah,
Matt Makowski.
yeah, they got him as Matt Makowski here.
Yeah,
but he was Matt Mako over the collective weekend. But hey, he's awesome. That's gonna be a good match. Tony Deppen rules too.
Yeah. Could just be an old graphic. So
if you want to know more about Matt Makowski, there's an interview up on this channel somewhere. Check it out with me and him. He's cool.
All right, so we still got Defy and Indian a minute. Let's do.
I have come a long way, Fernando. Thank you.
Let's
surprising.
We'll do Indian a minute to kick things off first.
I'm surprised they haven't fired me yet.
Yeah, me too.
You fired me. You're surprised I'm still here.
This week's Indian a minute, we are taking a look. Magnum Wrestling out in Omaha, Nebraska. This is happening Saturday, May 17th. So next Saturday, you can go and check it out. Tickets are available. MagnumWrestling.simpletickets. Relly Carter and Drake Holloway versus Red Fork for the Magnum Wrestling Tag Team Championships. You're also going to get Angus Kaiser versus Brandon Nitro.
Nice.
Nixie XS versus Briar Hale for the Magnum Wrestling Hellcat Championship.
I like the name of the title.
The Crucible versus the New Guys. The Crucible they're like a murderer's row. These guys are just killers in the ring. Just destroy everyone in their path. The New Guys are going to be in for a hell of a match, but I have no doubt that they will step up. It's going to be a great match.
Heck yeah.
You will also get Handsome Henry Davis versus a returning Nino Hatchet. Nino, I had the chance to interview him last year up on the Grainmaker podcast. He broke his leg not too long ago. He's back. He's ready. And I'm hyped that he's making his return. And last but not least, for the Magnum Wrestling Championship, Alan Shepard versus Red Wing. This is happening Saturday, May 17th.
Bang. I like it. I like it.
So check it out. Go to the Magnum Wrestling Twitter page for more information. So, hell yeah, that's Indian a minute. We have got. So it's okay that you're late.
Yeah, so you're allowed to be late, Maria. We appreciate you stopping by. Make sure we smash that like button. Subscribe.
Defy. They've got
Defy.
May 16th. So this is Friday. You will get to see Minoru Suzuki versus the bad boy Joey Janela at Defy Fatal Fantasy.
Nice.
How hyped are you for that?
I'm so hyped for that. The bad boy versus Murder Grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh man, Joey Janela's poor chest.
Oh, it's gonna be turned into ground beef.
Poor hamburger meat, man. Oh.
So we got that. We also have Paul Walter Hauser versus Ricky Gibson for the Progress Protus Championship.
Ricky.
You know we love Paul Walter Hauser
We
around
do
here.
love some Paul Walter Hauser as well.
We love Progress.
I said it right this time.
You did.
I didn't call him Walker Hauser.
Walker Hauser.
Real tight spot said, oh damn. Oh yeah.
LeBron Cazone versus Von Vertigo.
That's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
That match is gonna be awesome.
LPW alum Von Vertigo. I think we need LeBron Cozone up in LPW.
I think we do. Spencer, make it happen. Book it.
Sinner and Saint defending the Defy Worldwide Tag Team Championship against Los Suavecitos.
I feel like this is going to be a sneaky steal the show type match. I think this is going to be a really fun tag. Like,
Yeah, me too.
both of those teams are really good, and I believe they've wrestled before. They got great chemistry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sinner and Saint is just on another level.
And they wrestle at Prestige, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't want to misquote the promotion, but yeah.
Oh, if you talk about this match, I'll take a look for it. For the Defy Women's World Championship, Marina Shafir versus Kylie Ray.
Marina Shafir. This is a reminder to everybody that doesn't watch the independent wrestling. Marina Shafir can absolutely wrestle. She is fantastic. Kylie Ray is fantastic. Former LPW. That match is going to be awesome. Marina Shafir is awesome in the indies. Like, I know people are like, she doesn't do anything on AEW, but she kills it on the indies. Watch that match.
Mm-hmm. You definitely should. Yeah, I can't find it, but I think
that's okay.
Right.
I could have been wrong. It could have been somebody else maybe, but that match will be good time. Both those teams are great.
Yeah, I think they'd have, but yeah. And one other match that's announced for the Prima Lucha title scramble. You've got Guillermo Rosas defending against Cody Chun, Miles DeVille, Eddie Pearl, Evan Rivers, and Kevin Blackwood.
Nice. That's a great time.
An incredible mix of talent in that match.
That's a car crash in a good way, if that's possible. What a scramble!
So for the whole week, you've got something that you can watch,
and it's easily like you said, most of these shows. That one's going to be on Triller, so you got to have Triller. But those other ones are free. Check them out.
Do it up.
Start with it if you don't want to commit to the full show. Start with a match of somebody you know, like if you're an AEW person, the Billy Starks match. Start with that, and stick around a little bit and find some new talent, man. It's gonna be a good time.
It'll be good. So
MLW is gonna be fun too. It's gonna be a nice weekend, nice little Saturday.
Might go to Home Depot, Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be enough time.
Don't know. Okay, I'll do one.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. All right. I'll do one.
I'll do one.
All right, he's gonna do one.
Cheese. That's gonna be it for us. For myself, you can find me up on all social media. Graymaker Wrestling Podcast. The podcast is coming back this week. Recording interviews coming back.
Yeah.
So I gotta find
better come
for
back.
another one. You know, try and do them more regularly again.
Yeah. Hear you.
April was busy, so
yeah, I'm in my busy season too, so I'm sporadic with the stuff I've been doing, but you never know. You know how to find what I'm doing? Just go to PLUGGO, search that. You'll find it. Between Two Beards, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. This channel. Over here with this gentleman on the weekends. You know what to do.
Like I even have plans for a new streaming show that I just haven't had time to like get it going.
Ooh,
so
fancy. Stay
stay tuned for that.
Oh, I will.
But so
I don't have I stay tuned so I don't have to get tuned.
I'm sorry, I should have let you know about that.
that's all right, dude.
That's gonna be it for us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was fun.
Yes.
So I like that I popped you on that one.
Till next week, huh?
Yeah,
maybe.
Next week.
We'll see.
We'll be back next week if they don't
at 4 Exposure Pod to find out what time we're rocking next week.
So thank you so much for joining us. Peace in the streets.
Peace.